Whenever someone finds out that I like sharks, they always ask me which species is my favourite. I always say that I couldn't possibly choose, but maybe it's time to pick one. So, here is a shark off to find out what my favourite species of shark should be. Let's start off with the basic categories. In the category of the biggest shark, the winner is the whale shark, with an average of 5 to 10 metres, but they've been recorded reaching sizes of 18 metres. For the fastest shark, we have the short-fin mako, with an average speed of 32 miles per hour with bursts of 46 miles per hour. But they have been recorded going up to 60 miles per hour and may go even faster. For the most powerful bite, it actually isn't the great white, but is the bull shark with a bite force of 1,300 pounds in the back of their jaw and 450 pounds at the front. For the shark that can go the deepest, we have the Portuguese dogfish, being found at over 3,600 meters. For the shark with the longest lifespan, we have the Greenland shark, living at least 250 years, but possibly as long as 500. And for the most ancient shark that is still around, we have the frilled shark, who appeared 280 million years ago. Now let's go over the species with cool abilities. All sharks have cool abilities such as being able to sense electric fields, so I'm talking about abilities that are unique to certain species. There are 3 species of sharks known as the river sharks, the Ganges, the northern river and the speartooth. These guys all have the ability to live in fresh water, but only the Ganges lives there exclusively. The other 2, as well as the bull shark, have the ability to inhabit both fresh and salt water. And not only are you not free from sharks in fresh water, there is a species of shark able to walk on land, the epaulette shark. And some credit should also be given to the species that walk underwater, such as the bamboo sharks. Another cool ability is being able to glow, but quite a lot of species can do this, from dogfish sharks such as the lantern sharks like the viper dogfish and the kitefin sharks like the cookie cutter, to cat sharks such as the chain cat shark and the swell shark. And swell sharks have the unique ability to swell to twice their normal size in order to make it harder for predators to grab them out of the crevices that they hide in. While the swell shark's cool ability helps them to avoid being prey, thresher sharks have the cool ability to use their tail to help them catch prey, using it as a whip to stun their prey. A final cool ability is that the sleeper sharks, which includes the Greenland, the Portuguese dogfish, and the 6 and 7 gill sharks, have the ability to live in very cold temperatures, and so can live in the deep sea, thanks to an antifreeze protein in their tissue. Okay, but this isn't just meant to be the best or the coolest shark, it's meant to be my personal favourite. So let's go through some more subjective categories. For the most unusual species, we have the saw sharks, who use their saws as a weapon against prey. And to clear up any confusion, sawfish are rays and saw sharks are sharks. For the weirdest looking species, we have the megamouth shark, because it looks like this. For the cutest species, we have the salmon shark, because it looks like a mini great white. And I should also mention the similar looking poor beagle. For the cutest species in terms of personality, we have the lemon shark, because baby lemon sharks hang out together in mangroves and form friendships. For the best pattern, it's a tie between the stripes of the pajama shark and the stripes of the juvenile zebra shark, but the zebra shark actually has a different pattern as an adult. For the best camouflage, it has to go to all 12 species of wobbegong sharks. And speaking of sharks with weird names, for the category of best name, we have a few species in the running: the ninja lantern shark, the Sulu golem shark, the snaggletooth, and the gummy. Since I also need to work out which species shouldn't be my favourite, let's now go through some more negative categories. Since we've done the fastest shark, the slowest shark is the Greenland shark, moving at only about 0.6 miles an hour. It actually has the lowest swim speed and tail beat frequency for its size across all the fish species. And since we did the cutest, we now have to do the ugliest. In my opinion, the winner of this category is the tasseled wobbegong. I'm sorry, I know lots of people like wobbegongs, but the tassels just kind of freak me out. And I know lots of people would say the goblin shark is the ugliest, but as I've said before, I think he's very beautiful. For the least shark-like shark, we have all the angel sharks, because these guys could easily pass as rays. Though sharks and rays are very closely related, both being part of the taxonomic group Elasmobranchi. Now let's finish with some more interesting categories. For the most likely to win in a fight, we have the bull shark because they're known to be the most aggressive, and an honourable mention should go to the tiger shark. For the least likely to win in a fight, we have the basking shark because despite it being the second biggest species at an average of 7 to 9 meters, it's actually a filter feeder. That said, the basking shark may have some tricks up its sleeve. In 1956, in Cornwall in the UK, 2 men threw explosives onto a basking shark that was near their boat to scare it off or to kill it. The shark then swam under the boat and stayed there until it exploded, seriously injuring the 2 men. However, this was during the Cold War, when the US Navy was trying to train sharks to deliver explosives, so this story might have been a cover-up. For the most likely to survive climate change, we have the epaulette shark. This is because climate change will cause an increase in hypoxia in coastal waters, hypoxia being when the level of oxygen in water severely decreases. The epaulette is a coastal species and often deals with hypoxic conditions because it walks between tide pools to find food, gets stuck as the tides recede, and the pools become hypoxic as the organisms use up the oxygen. For the least likely to survive climate change, we have the epaulette shark again. This is because laboratory tests of the effects of climate warming on them found it sped up their development process, meaning young hatched from their eggs earlier and were born exhausted. For the most likely to survive human impact in general, we have all the deep sea species, since they're the ones that we impact the least. However, with deep sea fishing and mining increasing, this may not hold true for long. For the least likely to survive human impact, we have the hammerheads. Their unique head shape makes them vulnerable to being caught in nets as bycatch, in shark culling nets, and in ghost gear. And they're the species of shark least likely to survive being released after being caught, meaning they may really struggle as fishing pressure continues to increase. Even worse, some of the hammerhead species are the species most targeted by shark finning. Okay, but let's end on a slightly more positive note. For the most mysterious, we also have all the deep sea species. But to be honest, almost all sharks could win this category, because even the most famous species of shark, the great white, is very mysterious as we have never seen them mate or give birth. Okay, so after making you sit through a 6-minute video, I'm now even less sure which species should be my favourite. So comment below what you think my favourite species of shark should be.